Our first case takes us to what started as a routine traffic stop. A police officer pulled over a woman for speeding, and everything seemed completely normal. The woman was polite, apologetic, and even explained why she had been in a hurry. Both the officer's body camera and a nearby shop's security camera captured the entire interaction. She handed over her license and registration as requested, and the officer walked back to his patrol car to run her records. But when he returned just minutes later to inform her of the citation, the woman had completely vanished. The disappearance was so baffling that even the cop got spooked and reported her as missing. A Buddhist monk reportedly had the ability to levitate during meditation. The visitor waited patiently as the monk appeared deep in prayer. And then it happened. The monk's body slowly lifted off the ground and remained suspended in midair for over a minute. Throughout the entire levitation, the monk continued praying, seemingly unaware of his surroundings, as if he had transcended to another realm entirely. Do you think this levitation act was real? Or was this a hoax like many believed? Let us know in the comments. Speaking of moving objects without physical contact, you've got to see this next case. A man demonstrates his apparent ability to control a small piece of paper using only his mind and hand gestures. He holds the paper up, snaps it into the air, and instead of falling to the ground as physics would dictate, the paper remains suspended. Even more incredible, the paper seems to respond to the movement of his hands, dancing around his fingertips as if it understands his intentions. When the paper finally does touch the ground, it doesn't stay there. Instead, it rises back up toward his hand, as if drawn by an invisible force. Honestly, I'm both amazed and a little freaked out by this. This case has sparked intense debate about time travel and guardian angels. A man was standing peacefully near a road when another person approached and briefly touched his shoulder. This simple gesture caused him to step aside, and moments later, a heavy metal gate came crashing down exactly where he had been standing. If he hadn't moved, the gate would have struck him with potentially fatal force. The timing is so precise, so perfectly calculated, that many viewers believe the person who touched his shoulder was actually his future self, traveling back in time to prevent his own death. What are your thoughts on this? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. What if portals to other dimensions actually exist? A woman stepped into what's believed to be a mysterious portal in a remote area. She goes in alone, but when she emerges from the other side, she's accompanied by a man and a small child. The woman's husband and child had passed away, and she was using this alleged portal to visit them in whatever realm they now inhabit. But no one's been able to pinpoint where this portal actually is, or even confirm if it's real at all. This case involves what appears to be either teleportation or the ability to make people materialize from thin air. A woman is walking alone when she suddenly stops and extends her hand as if reaching for something invisible. At first, nothing happens, but then a small girl suddenly appears beside her. What's most striking about this footage is the woman's complete lack of surprise. She remains calm and composed, as if she expected the child to appear. Was the girl really able to teleport? Or does this woman have the power to make people appear out of nowhere? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Of all the telekinesis cases we have seen so far, this one has got to be the strangest. A man with his face completely covered positions himself at a considerable distance from a large dumpster. With intense concentration and a small hand gesture, he appears to topple the heavy container using nothing but mental force. Hidden wires or strings highly unlikely. Could there be underground networks of people with supernatural abilities, training and supporting each other while hiding from mainstream society? What if the superheroes we see in movies are actually inspired by real people with extraordinary abilities? This hospital security footage might just prove that theory. A man enters a doctor's office for what appears to be a routine consultation. Everything seems normal as he speaks with the female physician. But then he places his hands on the examination table, and sharp metallic blades suddenly emerge from his knuckles, just like the famous X-Men character Wolverine. The blades are clearly visible, extending several inches from his hands before retracting. The doctor's reaction appears genuinely shocked and terrified, suggesting this wasn't a planned demonstration or special effect. If you've watched this far, we're thrilled to know you enjoyed the video. If so, don't hesitate to drop a like as a little encouragement for us. And if you're watching on your phone, tap the hype button right below. It really helps me earn a bit of extra income, and we promise to keep bringing you exciting content. Underground parking lots have always had an eerie atmosphere, but this footage takes that creepiness to an entirely new level. A man was walking alone through a dimly lit parking garage when something extraordinary occurred. Without any apparent trigger, every single car in the lot began flashing its lights simultaneously. The synchronized light show wasn't random either. It followed a distinct pattern as if controlled by an invisible conductor. Viewers who saw this clip believe someone might have been playing a prank on the guy, while others think the place could actually be haunted. A home security camera captured something far beyond what it was meant to. When the homeowner checked the video, he was completely speechless. The recording showed a person stepping into the backyard. The figure was fully covered, making it impossible to tell who he was. He walked toward one corner, bent down to pick something up from the ground, then slowly moved back. As he lifted the object in his hand, it began to shine with a bright light, and only a moment later, the man vanished. It was as if he had disappeared into thin air. Was it some kind of interdimensional device? A portal key that allowed instant transportation? If you're still skeptical about glitches in our reality, these traffic incidents might change your perspective entirely. The first case shows what appeared to be normal afternoon traffic when suddenly a truck swerved at an impossible angle. At that exact moment, a woman in a white coat materialized out of thin air in the middle of the road. After materializing, she calmly walked away as if interdimensional travel was part of her daily routine. The footage has sparked theories about secret organizations with teleportation technology and individuals capable of moving between parallel dimensions. A similar incident occurred in Thailand where a driver captured footage of a small child appearing suddenly in the roadway. The child's appearance was so abrupt and unexpected that it defies conventional explanation. Could these be portal travelers who occasionally miscalculate their arrival points, ending up in dangerous traffic situations? A mysterious video from Russia has been leaving the internet completely baffled. A cameraman was having a casual conversation with friends when a cyclist suddenly materialized in the background. The appearance was so abrupt and obvious that viewers immediately noticed it, yet the men in the video showed no reaction whatsoever to this impossible event. Some believe the cyclist is a time traveler from the past, somehow slipping through temporal barriers into our present. Others argue the footage must be edited, though no clear evidence of manipulation has been found. Grocery shopping took on a supernatural dimension for one unsuspecting customer in this remarkable footage. While browsing the aisles, his shopping cart began moving away from him without any physical force being applied. The security camera revealed the true cause of this phenomenon. A woman standing nearby was controlling the cart's movement using only hand gestures, never making physical contact with the object. While many have dismissed the clip as a hoax, she seemed completely comfortable using her abilities in public, suggesting either incredible confidence or extensive practice. This road in China experienced some bizarre traffic activity in the middle of the night. A truck and motorcycle approached the same intersection simultaneously, neither aware of the other's presence. But then, a figure appeared out of nowhere and seemed to physically relocate the entire motorcycle to safety. The mysterious savior's hands emitted a bright glow, and he moved with superhuman speed to prevent the accident. The precision and timing required for this rescue defies human capability. Was that the biker's guardian angel at work, or just a pure coincidence? A Ring doorbell camera captured a man walking past a house when he suddenly began to disintegrate, his body dissolving into nothingness as if he were made of smoke rather than flesh and bone. The dissolution was gradual enough to be clearly visible but quick enough to seem impossible. Similar footage from Chile shows two racing cars passing a dog that had appeared in the middle of the road. After the vehicles passed, the dog ran across the street and then disintegrated into misty vapor. The animal's dissolution was even more dramatic than the human case, with the dog literally evaporating before the camera. These disintegration events raise profound questions about the nature of reality and physical existence. Are we witnessing interdimensional beings whose physical forms are less stable in our reality? Could these be shapeshifters or energy beings temporarily taking physical form? A strange CCTV recording has gone viral online, stirring up endless debate. The footage shows a man standing outside a shop, but instead of opening the door, he walks straight through it, as if he could pass through solid matter like a ghost. That wasn't the only odd moment. He left the shop in exactly the same way. Throughout the video, his face stayed hidden under a hood. Many people watching believed he might be a spirit, while fans of Marvel quickly compared him to Shadowcat from the X-Men series. To make things even more puzzling, the lights and camera flickered each time he appeared, causing some to think there might be more to this mystery than anyone expected. If you don't believe in miracles, this video might make you think twice. A security camera recorded a breathtaking event on a busy street. A young girl was crossing when two cars came speeding toward her. She managed to avoid the first one, but just as the second was about to strike, a shadowy figure appeared out of nowhere, lifted her up, and placed her safely on the opposite side. The shocked driver stopped immediately and ran out to see if she was all right. Fortunately, the girl was safe, though clearly frightened by what had happened. I'm not someone who easily believes in spirits or angels, but it seemed as if a guardian had appeared at the exact moment she needed help. A police officer signaled a car to stop because something about it seemed unusual, though he couldn't tell exactly what. As he walked closer, it appeared that no one was inside. The vehicle stayed still at first, but when the officer reached the window, his whole body suddenly began to glow, and moments later, he collapsed onto the ground, unconscious. The car then started up and drove away. Those who watched the footage believed that the driver might not have been human at all, but some kind of alien trying to escape without being caught. While walking along a quiet road, two friends came across something truly unbelievable. Out of nowhere, a strong force pulled one of them upward into the sky, disappearing within seconds. The other friend, frozen in fear, started running, terrified that he might be taken next. Only a few minutes later, the missing friend suddenly reappeared, falling gently back to the ground. Without saying a word, he quickly got up and ran away as well. People who watched the footage believed it might show an alien abduction, cases where individuals are taken by beings from another world, often for study or experiments, and then returned with almost no memory of the event. A street security camera recorded a man walking along the road, being trailed by another man who seemed to be a thief waiting for the right moment to strike. But what happened next took an unexpected turn. As the attacker moved in and a struggle began, a strange mist-like shape emerged from the man on the ground, fought off the robber, and then faded back into his body. The thief, terrified and unable to understand what he had just seen, ran away in fear. Viewers were left wondering if this was an ordinary man with hidden powers, or if he shared a mysterious bond with some supernatural being, much like the story of Venom. The video left the internet full of questions. What do you think really happened here? Many unidentified objects cross our skies every day, but when people in a nearby park noticed this one, they were completely stunned. Close to a tall tower, a shape seemed to be moving through the air, and from a distance it looked uncannily like a person. It darted across the sky with incredible speed, before vanishing without a trace. Some witnesses believed they had seen the mysterious Mothman, while others thought it might be a superhuman figure trying to help someone in trouble. In another recording, viewers caught sight of a similar flying human-shaped figure. It appeared suddenly among the clouds, hovered in place for a few moments, and then disappeared again, just like before. Could this be a sign of communication from another world? If you still doubt that humans might possess unusual abilities, this video could make you think twice. Shared by an unknown source, the footage has puzzled many viewers. Everything seemed ordinary until a woman, holding a stick, began to rise from the ground. Her feet lifted off, and she stayed floating in the air for nearly a full minute. Her face and identity were never revealed, adding more mystery to the event. Some suggest she reached this state through intense meditation. A man was taking a walk through a forest in Russia when he decided to film his dog running across the snow. While recording, his camera picked up something completely unexpected. A young girl in a red jacket floating above the ground with a woman standing close by. What stood out was that the girl had no visible support or equipment keeping her in the air. After hovering briefly, she slowly came down and the woman quickly took her hand and rushed away. Was the girl influenced by a mysterious force, or does she possess some kind of special ability? This video was filmed during a strange incident that took place inside a store. A customer rushed back in and started speaking with the staff when, all of a sudden, the man standing close by vanished right before everyone's eyes. Was he somehow connected to the argument, or did something entirely different occur? Witnesses were frozen in disbelief, unable to explain what they had just seen. Even now, no one knows where the man went, or if he ever returned. Now it's time for today's open discussion. A picture has been circulating online for quite some time, and to uncover the truth, we tracked down the original video. Filmed in 2011 in Hong Kong, it captured a man interviewing people downtown when he noticed a disturbance nearby. As the camera turned, another man appeared walking along the street. Without warning, he stopped, and his hands began to glow with a bright blue light. The moment he realized the cameraman was watching, he took off running, leaving behind endless questions. Was he an alien? A person with extraordinary powers? Or simply part of an elaborate hoax? The mystery still remains unsolved. A drone flying over a road recorded something truly puzzling. From its high vantage point, it caught sight of a man walking along the roadside, taking long, steady steps. Then, without any warning, he completely disappeared. It happened in an instant, as if he had blinked out of existence. Could he have stepped through some kind of portal? If so, where did it take him? Or was he capable of vanishing at will? This residential security footage initially sparked widespread speculation about alien abduction before the truth was revealed. A man walks out of his house and reaches the end of his walkway when he suddenly disappears in a bright flash of light, appearing to be beamed up into the sky like something from a science fiction movie. The internet exploded with theories about extraterrestrial involvement and government cover-ups. However, the man himself eventually came forward to explain the phenomenon. He revealed that the disappearance was caused by a recording glitch where a video loop became stuck, creating the illusion of vanishing. When the recording resumed, he had already walked out of the camera's frame, making it appear as though he had been transported away. The man's willingness to come forward and explain the technical cause helped debunk what could have become another enduring mystery. In the early hours of the morning, a man taking a walk along a river in India witnessed something unbelievable. There was another man calmly walking on the surface of the water. His face and features were hard to make out in the dim light, but the way he moved made it seem like he possessed an unusual ability. Many believed the man had been granted a divine gift, while others argued that the footage was never real to begin with. While filming his coworker just for fun, a man ended up capturing something beyond explanation. The coworker had already been acting oddly. Suddenly, loud yelling came from inside the room, and then the unexpected happened. The man inside shoved a computer across the table without laying a hand on it, using only his stare. When he noticed he was being watched, he closed the door with a single look. Shocked, the person recording quickly stepped back. To this day, no one can explain what caused his strange behavior. Was he under some kind of possession, or did he possess powers he was trying to keep hidden? Next up is what's claimed to be declassified footage. Reports suggest that a government agent encountered a woman said to possess unusual abilities. To demonstrate them, she moved a small black object across the table with a motion of her hand. As she tightened her fingers, the object slid further away from her. The two others in the room looked on in disbelief. How this recording surfaced remains unknown. Some believe the woman truly had telekinetic powers, while others suspect it was nothing more than a staged performance. Before we conclude, there's one final case that perfectly encapsulates the mystery surrounding everyday supernatural encounters. Take a look at this incident captured in broad daylight. A man standing near the sidewalk appeared to be separated from his cart, and before anyone could step in, he stretched out his hand, and the cart began rolling toward him on its own. How could that be possible? Did he have the power to move objects with his mind? Many people suggested the cart might have been controlled remotely, but he wasn't holding anything. After witnessing these 30 impossible events, where do you stand? Are you convinced that some humans possess supernatural abilities? Or do you believe there are logical explanations we haven't discovered yet? Which case affected you most strongly, and why? Share your thoughts in the comments section. We always look forward to hearing more from you. Thanks for joining me on this incredible journey through the impossible. Remember to like this video if it opens your mind to new possibilities. Subscribe and turn on notifications for more investigations into the unexplained, and share your own supernatural encounters in the comments. The truth is out there, and together we might just uncover it.
Thanks for being with us. Leave a comment, like to show your support, and remember to hit that subscribe button for more exciting videos. See you next time.